just pause. Endpoint security, antivirus, dead, right? Dead and gone.
Kind of the evolution of it.
Yeah. So EDR is kind of where the party is now at, right? But and so would you guys be surprised if you walk into a new organization and they're still running legacy antivirus?
Walked into one last week.
Did you walk straight out?
I told them exactly why it doesn't suffice in today's market. You know, it relies on definition updates, and they can't keep pace. You need EDR, you need MDR, you need to evolve it. But one thing I do think is, in the IT industry, we all work in it. We live and breathe it every day, especially with cyber. There's a lot of acronyms thrown around: MDR, EDR, XDR. Yeah, and it must be confusing for businesses out there.
Yeah.
What does all of this mean? I've got antivirus. Why do I need EDR? I'm protecting my machine.
I think in some ways antivirus, the terminology has just evolved. There's people that just assume that antivirus actually is EDR.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They don't, let's say, comprehend that EDR is different to MDR, which is different to XDR.
Yeah.
Or depending who you talk to, they're actually all the same thing.
Yeah. But is the issue there not potentially with the vendor? Because if you've been running legacy antivirus, I won't name any vendors, but a legacy antivirus vendor, is it not their responsibility to then have evolved their product to EDR standards,
I think,
as opposed to stick with antivirus and make those releases as you update and you pay a subscription to that vendor? But is that responsibility not on the vendor potentially to make sure that they are providing the best level of product to fight today's?
To be honest, I think it depends on the company itself, because security awareness is a top-down approach. So the leadership needs to actually believe that we need a strong security product in order to protect our environment, our data assets. Keep in mind that probably those companies has not been hit before. They think that antivirus is more than enough because we've never met something like that before. So I think we're covered. And maybe
they probably also purchased their antivirus when it was a perpetual license.
Yeah. That's exactly one of the very important points.
Yeah.
And they've never been hit. So I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
And since they didn't see the risk, they didn't feel the risk, why should I invest in something else? And there is no need for it.
Because it's investment, right? It's a damn side more expensive.
Yeah.
Running enterprise level, EDR platforms. Yeah, it's an investment needed.
So I said one of the major things is the leadership support, which I think in most of the companies at this stage they still don't.
Okay. All right. So we've established EDR is the standard, right? In terms of ransomware attacks. We mentioned data, backing up your data, making sure it's available so you can restore. So we've got the endpoint covered, we've got data covered. What else is there that's needed for an organization to best protect themselves against ransomware?
I mean, you've got the awareness that we've all discussed, but in quite depth, and again, top down. But as we're all moving to the cloud, I think the understanding that there's a shared responsibility there as well in terms of security.
Yeah.
There's lots of companies that go, oh, it's in the cloud. They've got it.
It's not our problem.
It's not our problem.
Yeah.
But as soon as you actually read through the T's and C's, it's shared responsibility, and actually security falls back onto the company that's purchased the service.